What's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today I'm going to be talking about one of the most recent news in the NBA. As today was announced just after the NBA draft that Patrick Baldwin Jr., rookie, he's going into second year. Just this season, he was in his rookie season this year with the Golden State Warriors. Patrick Baldwin Jr. was in the trade that sent Chris Paul to the Golden State Warriors. And, I don't know what to say. It doesn't surprise me. We've seen a couple trades where there have been details left out, and then we hear about it later. This happened with the Beal trade. I think it was Isaiah Todd and Jordan Goodwin that were headed to Phoenix, and then we didn't hear about those two guys going to Phoenix in that trade, in that Beal trade, until the next day after the Beal trade was announced. And then today, when the trade was announced for the Golden State Warriors, the Golden State Warriors trade with the Washington Wizards, what they originally said it was Chris Paul going to Golden State, and then in return Jordan Poole, a 2027 second round pick, a 2030 first round pick, top 20 protected, and Ryan Rollins, another rookie for the Warriors this season, were headed to Washington. But now there has been two additional details to this trade, as it was reported by Woj that Patrick Baldwin Jr. was also headed to the late tonight, like right before the draft ended. Right before the draft ended, it was right before the 57th overall pick, because it was also announced that the Warriors had also got the 57th overall pick from the Wizards in this trade, in this Chris Paul trade. And so these details came about like 8 hours, maybe more, after the Chris Paul trade was announced. So this isn't the first time details have been left out, but I love this for Washington, but again, this trade already looked bad. This trade already looked bad for Golden State. It just looks even worse. Patrick Baldwin, I know he didn't play a lot. Patrick Baldwin Jr., he didn't play a lot last year in his rookie season for Golden State, but this kid looked promising. He averaged 4 points per game for Golden State, shot 38% for three. This kid, he's pretty tall as well. He's got a great shot, great jumper. And honestly, I got to say, if Washington, plays this guy some good minutes, honestly, dude, guys, I think this guy can be something special. I really do. I've watched him a little bit with the Warriors. I like everything I've seen from him. He's a really good shooter. He's tall. He's very tall for a good shooter as well. I can't remember I think he's like 6'9", 6'10", something like that. He's just a really good all-around player, and you add him in, and I just want to. I know the Wizards have made some bad moves. They've gotten rid of Porzingis. They've gotten rid of Beal and Chris Paul for. I think the funny thing is, like, they got rid of Chris Paul. They got rid of Bradley Beal, Chris Paul, and Kristaps Porzingis, and out of all three of those guys, moved all three of those guys, and in return only got one first-round pick back for the three of them. And the one first-round pick they got back was that one first-round pick they got is for 2030, and there's a good chance they don't even get that pick because it's top 20 protected. And the Warriors in 2030 probably will suck because Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson will be retired, and will most likely be retired in 2030. I think Klay will definitely be retired in 2030, but I never say never with Steph because he's crazy. I think Steph would be in his late 30s or early 40s in 2030, so who knows? Maybe Steph could be playing in 2030. Maybe he's not going to be that good, but so that pick is not going to be good. So I don't think the Wizards are going to be able to keep that pick. But if you look at besides those horrible trades, honestly, the Wizards have gotten some good players back. The Wizards, they're going to be horrible next season. That's no doubt. But I like some of their young players they have. I really love the draft selection that the Wizards made tonight with drafting Biella or sorry, I'm gonna try to say this right. Bayo Koulibaly from France, teammates with Victor Wembanyama. They drafted him 7th overall tonight. Well, they were originally drafting 8, but then they traded up at pick. They traded up at pick from pick 8 to pick 7. I think they sent 2 future second-round picks to the Pacers for... Yeah, they sent 2 second-round picks to the Pacers for pick 7, and then... and then the Pacers went to 8, and the Wizards went to 7, and then they got Victor Wembanyama's former France teammate. So you got him. He's free. He's a freak athlete. He's a hell of a monster in the paint. He's good defensively as well. I think he has a lot of potential. I think he's going to be a great player for the Wizards. Now, if you got Jordan Poole, I mean, if you view it as he's one of the best players on the team, and he's gonna be controlling the ball for them. He's gonna be Honestly, I think he's gonna be scoring the most points for them. They have Tyus Jones as well. I mean, look how good Tyus Jones did for the Grizzlies whenever Ja Morant would get hurt. He would step up for them. He was the best backup point guard in the league, and now he should be the starting point guard for the Wizards next season. I know there's people wondering what's going to be Tyus Jones' role with Jordan Poole coming in, but I expect Tyus Jones to be the starting 1 and Jordan Poole to be the starting 2, and then after that, the rookie from France will be at the starting 3, and then I don't know who will be starting at the 4 and the 5 for them. But you got guys like Patrick Baldwin Jr., young guy. You got just young guys all over the place, solid young guys. You got Landry Shamet. He's another young guy. Patrick Baldwin Jr., and the rookie you just drafted tonight at pick 7, Jordan Poole. He's 25 years old. You got some of the guys you've drafted in the past couple years: Denny Avdija, Corey Kispert, Johnny Davis. They got a nice young team. It's just not gonna click right away. I think if some guys can step up, maybe the Wizards could win maybe 20 to 28 wins next season. Maybe. I think the ceiling of wins for the Wizards next season is like 30-32. I think that's the max wins the Wizards. I don't even actually, now that I go back on it, I can't even see the Wizards getting 32 wins. The most wins I can see the Wizards getting is probably most likely like 28, 29. That's the most wins I can see. I think realistically they'll win around 25, 27 games next season. I don't think the Wizards are going to be good at all, but I think having players like Tyus Jones and Jordan Poole, they can be able to get to win you some ball games. You saw guys like Tyus Jones and Jordan Poole step up. You saw guys like that step up you saw Jordan Poole step up for the Warriors when you saw Jordan Poole step up for the Warriors when Steph Curry got hurt for a couple weeks this season multiple times. You saw Tyus Jones step up for the Grizzlies when Ja Morant would get hurt. And then you add in all their younger guys. I honestly think the Wizards could be able to win quite a few more wins than they're expected to. But still, I do believe the Wizards will be, if not the worst team in the Eastern Conference next season, one of the worst teams. I see the Wizards being the 15th seed in the Eastern Conference. Honestly, I think the Wizards are going to be the worst team in the NBA next season. But I think they have some solid players on their roster. They have some good three. That's another thing. They have some good 3-point shooters: Jordan Poole, Landry Shamet, Patrick Baldwin Jr., Mike Muscala, who they added in. He's a really good shooting big man. Who am I missing? Tyus Jones, a couple other guys. The guy they drafted tonight is not that really good of a 3-point shooter, Corey Kispert. So, I mean, they have some solid shooters as well. So they have a good 3-point shooting team as well. But Danilo Gallinari, if he were to stay, I don't think he's going to stay, though. But, I mean, I like the Patrick Baldwin addition. If what I've seen from him in the Golden State Warriors jersey and what I've seen from him in a Warriors uniform, I think he should be really special for the Wizards if they can play him good minutes in their rotation. You guys have more thoughts. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.